back to my mental health and crime channel. This is for educational purpose only. This is all my thoughts, my speculations. I wanted to go back to the very beginning of this case. These are the detectives looking at the back of the house. I find it interesting that they all seem to be pointing at one direction. I wonder if they're looking at Maddie's room, or is it the roof? Or could they be wondering if somebody actually climbed up to the balcony? I've thought of that theory plenty of times in my head. But then even if they tried to climb up and they managed to climb up to the balcony, was the window open? How did they have access to come inside? I've always believed that these incidents was two separate incidents. Everyone knows in my channel, and everyone who's been listening to me talking about this case, that many people are coming with my ideas and theories now. I've always said it was two separate incidents because my research led me to two separate incidents. When I found the crowd yelling Xana's name, Ethan's name, at the grub truck, it made sense because the timing was between 2 to 2:10. And now we know at 2:10, DM called the driver, Erikawa. She texted him and said, "Are you driving?" He replied, he said he was. I wonder if that was a code. Was she trying to tell him maybe the coast is clear? Send them along? Just saying. Because why would you text a driver if he's driving? You don't even say, "Are you driving? Because I needed to go to the grub truck quickly. I needed you to drop me off somewhere." You get what I mean? I think that was a code. I've always said it's two separate incidents because of Xana and Ethan and the grub yelling the names, the grub truck people. And I always believed that Maddie and KAYLEE were attacked and unalived, may they rest in peace, after 2:52. To be exact, 2:53. Because when I look into the text messages between the surviving roommates, even the silence, there was like 56 minutes silence between 2:53 to 3:57, was it? Even when words are not spoken and when there's silence, that in fact is more mysterious to me. And when I looked into the silence of 2:53 to 3:52, I believe it was, I went back to check what could they have been doing in that timing. And guess what? 3:33, in the time of silence, was when I showed you the picture 6 days ago of the picture that I brought back to surface of DM and a friend taking a picture with their finger, the middle finger, DM is middle finger, and her friend with her tongue out. I brought this back to the surface 8 days ago, and I can see many people are just using it and saying, "Oh, I found this DM, downloaded it." It's not right. You found it from my channel. Use it under fair use purpose. I don't want to name channels' names, but somebody just did that yesterday. They said, "Look at what DM uploaded and I found." You found it from my channel. so it's not right to do that. What are these detectives watching? Do you all believe that somebody came from the balcony or the roof? I've been seeing many detectives pointing out at the front of the house is roof and the backside is roof. Was this something to do with the roof? Found this to be very interesting too. They had K9 dogs. I wonder what they found. Let's look at this picture a bit. We have Adam, Jack Showalter on the right-hand side. We have Jack D. We have Bethany Funk. Maddie and KAYLEE standing and talking to Jack D. Jack D looks like he's smiling and talking to Maddie. I wonder if Maddie told Jack D what Adam told her, or what she told Adam. Adam looks very serious. Looks like he's talking to Jack Showalter and to the bar owner, whoever that is. Adam wasn't working that night. So whatever Maddie told Adam, Jack D must have found out. Could this have been a crime of passion? Or could it have been a crime of passion from Jack Showalter's side? He seemed to be getting dumped by the girls all the time. He was known to sexual harassments with girls. That's the reason he got thrown out of the corner club by Maddie and KAYLEE, especially KAYLEE. And he got thrown out of his own frat, Delta Tau Delt. He got thrown out of his frat because Ethan Chapin reported him. He reported him for harassing, sexual harassments towards females. So his parents ended up renting in a flat, apartment in Queens Road. I wonder if his windows of his apartment was facing the girl's house. Was he spying on them? Was he the stalker KAYLEE allegedly had? Just a question. I've always said whatever went down that night, the emotions, the anger, maybe even the decision, the go green signal came from the corner club, in my opinion. That's why I always believe Jack D is heavily involved. Adam is a very important player in this case. Because whatever Adam told Maddie, or whatever Maddie told Adam, got them all unalived. And then you have one of the most important people in this mix with his cap facing the backwards, Jack Showalter. He passed the threat. How could we ever forget that? You know we are going to get you for that, Maddie. Imagine that. And that's when KAYLEE said, Maddie, what did you tell Adam? And then Maddie told KAYLEE without a filter. I told Adam like everything. So imagine, what did she actually tell Adam? What could be that bad that she told Adam that got them all killed? Did she tell Adam that KAYLEE has moved on? What did she tell Adam? Maddie was really intoxicated. May she rest in peace. She was. What was the saying? Loose lips sink ships. What did Maddie tell Adam? Adam, what did you go back and snitch about? One of the people who were wearing the mask looked like Adam, strangely enough, allegedly. Adam is 6'4" or 6'5". He's a very tall man. He has bushy eyebrows too. Where was Adam that night? Guess what? His alibi was Jack D. Where was Jack D that night? His alibi was Adam. That's why I believe WSU Kim that Jack D is lying. Maybe Jack D wasn't at home and Adam was at home. Maybe Jack D brought Murphy back to his house or to Adam or to someone else's house so that Murphy wouldn't be hurt. Why was KAYLEE and Maddie calling Jack D above all people? What is he, 911? Is he the police? Does he have military background? Military skills, I doubt. Oh yeah, he can throw axes. We forgot that part. And he's a tennis player, professional one. So he has strong arms. And his alibi is all nonsense, in my opinion. Why were you the last person to be cleared out, Jack Decor? And why were you opening a GoFundMe for Murphy the dog right from the beginning? Why were you opening a GoFundMe for KAYLEE's car, Land Rover? What is it with the Gongalves family and Jack D's family that they were hitting on opening GoFundMes? From the beginning right up to now. Yes, I said it. I usually don't talk about the families, but this is a bit annoying. Every time I look into Steve G and Chrissy's Facebook, they're raising money for something or the other. May KAYLEE rest in peace. I can understand if they're fundraising for charity purposes or for a funeral. All that is done. Now they're raising money to go to Idaho, Boise for the coat. That's all right if the brother, sisters, mother and father is going. But they're in fact paying for friends to go with them. Oh, they said Jack D can come and stay with us in our hotel. And guess how much their GoFundMe has gone up to? Almost 70K. Then they raised a GoFundMe for the Jeep, KAYLEE's Land Rover. And that one went up to 8K. Isn't it strange? I know that people open GoFundMes in a time of crisis when they lose somebody, and that is fair because some people can't afford a funeral. We can understand that. There's nothing wrong in that. It's not like I haven't donated to Summer Wells' case. But then the question is, when you keep on putting GoFundMes, even for Murphy the dog, then bushy eyebrows raises everywhere. There's something not right. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. Why didn't you answer the calls, Jack D? The girls were calling you. And 2:53, Maddie Morgan called BF, Bethany Funk, the surviving roommate. She did not answer. I've always mentioned that. I think that is important timing. 2:53. Let's see what was happening around that time. Pay attention to how many people are parting here. Everyone had the front door code, mostly. Look at the neighbor's house. That means they knew about the partying. They were partying there themselves, for all you know. What went wrong is the question. Was it the rugs that BF was selling? Emma Bailey was chilling in this house too. Everyone seemed to be chilling in 1122 Kings Road. Emma was in this house, and we know that she's a rug dealer. We have Bethany Funk selling in a Venmos. That's why. That explains why they didn't call 911 for 8 to 9 hours, allegedly, in my opinion only. And why don't we contact Venmo and ask them if we can fake Venmos? I don't think so. That is Bethany Funk's Venmos. And I don't know why nobody's talking about that. That is important. Aren't we trying to find out why they didn't call 911 for 8 to 9 hours? We got an answer. And that answer is Bethany Funk has exculpatory evidence that can exonerate BK. According to BK. I think BK was buying rugs from Bethany Funk because she's selling cocaine, crack cocaine, according to her Venmos. Look at BK. I won't lie to you. As a mental health counselor, I can see that he's on addictions. Once somebody is a heroin user, they can recover, but the chances are very slim. They move on to milder drugs. Cocaine, which isn't mild either, but it's lesser dangerous than the other one. Koberger was going through struggles. He was being bullied. His classmates wasn't listening to him. His students wasn't listening to him. I think he was just going to 1122 Kings Road to pick up some cocaine, some Charlie. And he could have been doing it in the parking place or somewhere. Maybe that's why his white car was seen there. On the 13th of December, maybe was just a bad day for him. Wrong place at the wrong time. He came to pick up, and guess what? The frats were busy running around, up to no good, unaliving people, in my opinion. Or Koberger could have planned the whole thing. It's one of them. I find this picture to be extremely interesting. This is one of the surviving roommates, Dylan, and her boyfriend, Quinn. They took this picture and put it on VSCO, anonymous, private. Look at the mask they're wearing. Look at them. I think all this was happening between 2:53 to 3:57, I guess. The hour of silence, DM was taking pictures. This was the picture I showed you all 10 days ago, almost 8 days ago. So this was after 2:53. She took this picture at 3:33, allegedly, with a friend. 3:33 on the 13th of November 2022. Really important. What surprises me, the good vibes picture. Because I've seen that good vibes picture, and the good vibes is supposed to be standing straight. Look at how it's leaning down. Was there a fight in the living room? I've always said from the beginning that I believe the fight took place in the living room. Look at the floor. It's sticky. Is that blood? I wouldn't know. Just asking. Something is not right with this whole picture. DM was taking pictures with mask too. And I think DM was part of the unalivings. Hate to say it, but I just said it. I don't think the surviving roommates are witnesses. Chief Fry said himself. I never said the roommates are witnesses. I said they weren't there. She's giving us her finger. And the other one is giving us her tongue. That should say everything, in my opinion. You see, the good vibes is standing straight here. So did she fix it after the picture? The surviving roommates are not witnesses, in my humble opinion. Now the good vibes picture looks all right. Both the pictures are from the same night. Look at the good vibes there. So they straightened it. Boom. Let me know what you'll think.